Hi, and welcome to this episode of the Curators Podcast. I'm here today with Alexandra Gallagher. Welcome, Alex.
Hello.
It's so nice to be talking to you. How you doing? Are you all ready for Christmas?
Not quite, no. We've got like a week to go and I'm still Christmas shopping. I was like, I left it so late. I'll just run around last minute.
And has it been busy selling work from the studio online? Because you're selling quite a lot online, but I know you've got a few projects going on as well. How's that been this last couple of months?
Yeah, it's been quite busy. I've had a bit of time off because I had some surgery. So I've had like 2 months off, but still kind of working, sort of. But yeah, no, it's busy. It's very busy.
So let's talk about how you got busy, because I know you're really big on social media. That's how I first came across you. And then obviously I've seen work with galleries that you share with as well. How have you used social media?
Social media I started using years ago, just to get my artwork out there, really, and to start contacting galleries and people and connecting with people, because I couldn't get out to do it. So I just started doing it through social media, and I found it a fantastic tool to do that, really. You're not having to just be local to one area. You've got the whole world. You can just put your artwork out there and see what kind of reception you get back, really.
And did you say you've been using it a long time? Were you using Insta right from the beginning, or were you using other platforms?
No, I think I was using Facebook at first. I tried Twitter. I'm really not very good at Twitter, but I just kind of have a look. Instagram I came to a bit late, really. I am kind of one of those people that kind of goes, what's this? What am I doing? I have no idea what I'm doing. I'll just work it out as I go along, really. But yeah, I came quite late to Instagram. But Instagram, actually, for artists, I feel seems to be one of the best tools, really, for social media, because it's sharing pictures mostly. And there's like little communities on Instagram I've noticed as well, like interior designers or artists or musicians, or there's like whole communities risen out of this one social media app.
No, I think it's great. I mean, you just really connect people worldwide with it as well. And like the whole hashtag thing, like using that as an indexing system, can really get picked up by people that you'd had no idea of.
Yeah, totally. I'm always coming across people that I've, not seen before. I think that's one of the great things about the internet is not only can I get my artwork out there, but I can see other people's artwork. I can see other artworks that I wouldn't maybe see in England or in the north of England or even London. I can see artwork that I can, is only in America or Japan or, Australia. It's all over the world. It makes the world a smaller place.
So we were talking about that a little bit earlier about your influences and things. Like, where do you find your art mostly online? That art for you to, let's say, consume.
Yeah, totally. Like, I look at art all the time. I'm a little obsessed. I was recently asked, actually, what hobbies do you have outside of like your work, outside of art? And I was like, and it dawned on me, and I was like, I don't have any hobbies. It's literally art all the time, and that's all I do. Apart from obviously family and kids and everything. But yeah, I think you can go on apps like Pinterest, or you can just Google search, and you can find so many incredible artists. And I have noticed over 10 years of being on the internet and social media that there are a lot of artists that have made quite an impact on the art world and the art scene and culturally, just by social media. Like, I remember being at college and things like surrealism and lowbrow was not taken as seriously as maybe abstract or deconstructivism or modernism. It was, but the internet's opened that up, because you're not just talking to people who are in galleries, or you're not just talking to critics or gallery owners. You're talking to everybody. You're everybody can access it, and I think that's amazing and it's great. And then people can say, well, actually, I like this relates to me, rather than maybe a piece of deconstructive art, if that makes any sense.
So it doesn't need to be sort of it doesn't need to be explained as much. People can just sort of go on and see if they like it or not, and actually form their opinion without feeling intimidated, I guess.
Yeah, I think galleries can be very intimidating, and I think artwork like conceptual arts, because it's more about the journey than it is the final thing, can really intimidate just people that aren't that haven't had a college education, haven't had an art school education, aren't in the whole kind of how is this? They can just look at it and say, yeah, I like that, it's all right. That speaks to me. I think,
go on.
Oh no, I was going to say, I think that's opened up a whole new way of artists being able to connect to people.
So you've also been able to connect to galleries that way as well. How's that worked for you?
Yeah, totally. I've been able to connect to galleries through social media and through email, and just being very cheeky and sending emails and going, please look at my work, do you like it? Please represent me, which is probably totally unprofessional. And they get thousands of emails all the time. But yeah, it's been a great tool for that, because obviously I was a mum and I'm in the north of England, I'm not in London, so it's incredibly hard to get to the galleries and show them the work that I'm doing, or make connections with the artists and the galleries. So being able to do it via social media and email is great. You can follow a gallery and look at the kinds of artwork that they're representing and the kind of people they are and how they come across, and you can be like, I'd really like them to represent me, or I think my work would fit there, rather than going in cold and finding that maybe the gallery doesn't represent art like yours, or they're not the kind of people you want to work with. It's been brilliant for that.
And what sort of success have you had with that? How many galleries are you working with now?
Oh, I don't know how many galleries I'm working with now. There's quite a few. I actually have no idea.
And are your galleries around the world, or are you? Because I know of a couple in London-based ones, but do you have international representation as well?
Yeah, I have people in America and Australia and Japan.
That's amazing, isn't it? You really couldn't have, would have been such a hard struggle to get that happen.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean, you can't fly out to LA or somewhere and do that, but I think the internet and social media makes the world so much smaller. You can just get your work out there, and if they like it, it's great,
So in talking about digital things, we were talking about your process as well, because you have quite a digital process in putting your collage and artwork together. Can you talk us about that?
Yeah, I mainly use Photoshop. I started out as a portrait painter working in oil paints, and found that my kids kept painting on my work. So I started using Photoshop and photography, and then that led into me using found imagery through Google and making new images using collage as a form to create artwork instead. And I create digital collages, but I also use Photoshop to create sketches for paintings as well. So I create them in the same way as I would a collage, and then render it in paint, basically. I find it keeps up with the way I'm thinking as well. I found it a really good way of getting out what's in my head, and it's very natural and organic, and I don't plan anything, so it works out better for that. I've used sketchbooks before, but I find them difficult because I get halfway through a sketch and then I'm like, nope, bored with that. It's too slow, if that makes any sense. And I feel that when I use a sketchbook, it loses something, it's over planned, it's just over planned, and it loses something. It kind of goes a little bit emo, or a little bit it just doesn't work. But with Photoshop, I can start off with one element and I don't know how it's going to go, and then I start moving things about, trying different things, and then a narrative starts to come out, and I start being like, oh yeah, no, this is working, this could mean this could mean that, I'm telling this story, and then I just keep adding layers to it, and it kind of works, and hopefully doesn't look as emo. Although I did a piece the other day, I haven't worked for a while, and I did a piece the other day and I was like, wow, I'm letting out my inner teenager there, I'm not going to show that. That's not being shown anywhere.
Do your sketches on your iPad or whatever tool you're using, do they sort of become both a painting and a print, or do you have like different works for that?
They can, it can become just a print, and I release them as prints, or I can render it up as a painting, and that's something separate. Yeah, I don't really take photographs and sell my paintings as prints, if that makes any sense. I don't really do that yet. Maybe in the future I might do, but at the moment, yeah, it's quite separate really. And the paintings are rarer than the actual collages that I do, I think, because I'm restricted by time, and I have a lot of people going, when are you doing an original? And I'm always like, I'm going to do some original paintings, yeah, that's going to happen, and then I just run out of time because they take so much time, because to render something to the same quality and paint takes a very, very long time. So yeah, I'm just slower. I'm so slow at painting.
And talk to me about the yacht project. You were commissioned, what was it, a couple of years ago, to do an interior wall of a yacht or something?
Yeah, I did earlier last year. It was the end of last year. I got commissioned to do 4 murals for Symphony of the Seas, which I didn't know at the time, but apparently it's like the biggest cruise ship that they've made in the world. And I've seen videos of this cruise ship. It's amazing, absolutely stunning place. It's like you've got whole malls and everything on decks, and you're like, I can't believe that's just floating on the water. Yeah, I was very lucky that they could, and they had other pieces of my artwork as well for like bedrooms and apartments and stuff. But yeah, I got commissioned to do 4 murals for one of the decks, which was an amazing project, incredibly challenging. But yeah, it was one of those projects where I got asked and I was like, yeah, I can do that, and then just panic afterwards. Just like, I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I'll do that. But yeah, they were painted on large canvas panels, and then the company that was building the ship like used adhesive to stick them to the wall and put them together, like to make one big painting, because I couldn't actually get to the ship to paint them. So I was lucky enough to borrow a studio off a friend, and I'm still there now. I've moved in now. But yeah, I borrowed a studio off a friend for the space, and yeah, just spent the winter, which was very, very cold, painting these things. And the unfortunate thing was there was the electric cut out, and there was no heating in this studio. So I was acrylic paint was taking like 3 weeks to dry, and normally it takes like 10 minutes to dry this acrylic paint, but it was taking weeks. So I was like going down to the local store to buy like £7 heaters, blow heaters, and we finally got electric, so I'm plugging them in and like trying to just point them at the murals while telling the people that commissioned them, they're nearly done, I'm really sorry. They're really late, they're not drying. It was an incredible challenge, and I was very, very cold.
Would you do anything like that again?
Oh yeah, definitely. I love to challenge myself, and I love having new challenges. I think when you're challenged like that, it can push your work further, and it can push your knowledge further. And now that I've done that, I know where I made mistakes and what I would do different, like having a heated studio with electricity. like there's certain things that I know I would do different and work out better. I think that happens as you go along as an artist. You learn new things, and you can get better at what you do, and a little bit quicker, so you can meet those deadlines.
So you said that the commissioning company, they did actually have some of your artwork for the bedrooms and things. But is that how
Yeah.
they found you, sort of just because they already had the artwork, or do you think that
No,
social media had something to do with that as well?
yeah, I think it was the internet. I have no idea, to be honest, how they found me. I just got an email. So yeah, I think it's through social media really, and being on the internet and having some sort of presence. I did a commission earlier in the year for a Hong Kong cruise ship as well, and they found me the same way. It's through social media. That's how I get commissions now, rather than people meeting me and knowing me. Very, very few people meet me. Very few. I'm a bit of a hermit. So, yeah, I just do it through social media. That's how they see my work and contact me to see if something's possible or not.
That's so cool, though. It's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Really a global audience.
Yeah, I never imagined it at all when I started out doing what I was doing. It's always something that you see other artists do and other people do. And I kind of think, oh, I would love to be in that position one day. I would love it where people are contacting me. I'm not just contacting them, because you spend a lot of time contacting people and being rejected. You have to have a very thick skin, like not take any of it personally, because like art's subjective anyway. Not everyone's going to like what I do. But yeah, it's nice that people contact me now.
And what else have you been up to recently?
Yeah, I did an exhibition recently with a group of artists called Ace Club, and they set it up so artists, it's like a collaborative thing. So artists work out sorting out a venue and everything, and it's and pay for that venue and putting on an exhibition, and it's very much kind of working together. It's a very collaborative thing, but it's run by Rugman. Yeah, I was contacted by him asking if I was interested, and yeah, it's an artist-led thing, and I think it's cool. I think like artists kind of doing it for themselves is amazing. So I was like, yeah, I'm up for that. Like, pardon?
Where did that happen?
In London.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in Islington, they sourced a space and sourced all the artists, and then we had Anthony sorted out prints. So each artist had a limited edition of 25 prints that would be sold at £100 each, and it was just a good way of being able to make things more affordable and connect more to the public, rather than it being more intimidating in a gallery space.
How did that go, by the way?
I think it went really well. Yeah, I couldn't make it because I was still recovering from surgery, so I couldn't make it. But yeah, no, it looked like it went really well. They seem really happy with it. They're going to be taking it all over the country now to do that, and setting up exhibitions in different places and bringing this collective of artists to different venues and everything, which I think is cool. Especially if they're talking about bringing it to the north of England, and north of England doesn't seem to have the same kind of art scene in that sense. You don't find urban art and pop art and that kind of thing in the same way represented by galleries as much as you do in London. So I think that's cool, bringing artwork further north that people may not see normally.
Yeah, that's really good. Oh, I didn't realise it was touring. That's so cool, though. That'd be really good.
Yeah, it's a cool little project that they've set up. Yeah, definitely.
How many artists there?
I'm not entirely sure, actually. I think there's about 10, 15. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah.
I'll have to look it up, actually, because I only paid attention to your bit on it. So. What have you got coming up for the year ahead? Any plans?
Yeah, I'm just going to try and I've got plans to take my work in a little bit of a different direction, messing with different medias and things like that, creating more originals, if I find time. Yeah, but yeah, no, I'm hoping to take my work in a little bit of a different direction, trying to push it further. That's my plan for next year, and what I'm doing next year, and hopefully doing some more street art and stuff as well, and taking that to different places as well. That's what I'm hoping for next year.
Brilliant. And where can people find you online? What's your Insta handle? And your website?
It's Alex Gallagher 80 is my Instagram handle, and my website is www.alexandragallagherart.com.
Brilliant. And I'll put all that in the show notes as well. Thanks, Alex, so much for taking time to talk to me today, to be on the podcast.
Thanks for the chat. It's been brilliant. Thank you.